Hey guys, just wanted to record a video. This is a bunch of spots that need to be cleared of our property so far. Some of the areas that we've discovered. Probably going to upload this to YouTube just because it's going to be too long to share via text message, but I wanted to show you what we've got going so far. Some of the areas of our back part of our property that we've discovered and that are kind of fun for us and the kids. So it'll probably be 10 or 12 minutes long, maybe 15. And just to show you what we've got. This area here was so overgrown you couldn't walk through it when we first got the place. So I've spent a lot of time clearing. You can see up there near the house some of the stuff that's been cleared. There's just a ton more to do, but that's half the fun for me. I enjoy that work. Gives me an excuse to get a good chainsaw or two and some more power tools. So we cleared a trail to what I think is pretty close to the back of the property. Here's my brush pile where I'm throwing everything until I can get a chipper. Before we bought the house, this spot here was as far as I'd gotten. And we were able to push through some vines and things to get into this little area here. And when I saw this little area here, I thought we could make something of this place. This is where Cody first discovered our first kind of treasure. We were walking around back here and he saw this thing sticking up out of the ground, just a couple inches of it. You guys have seen pictures of it. We've got it 2.5 feet of it dug up and it's still rock solid, so we don't know how deep it goes. I think it's a leaf spring. That up there, believe it or not, is railroad tracks that actually run through our property, a small corner of our property. We think that railroad was built in the 1870s. So we're hoping that back in this area we find more of that kind of stuff. Neat old stuff. So this is a little offshoot. The kids call this area Narnia. They've named the sections of our woods. This section's called Narnia. We're kicking around a couple of ideas. Oh, here comes a train. I can hear it. Hang on one second. Either freight train or passenger train. No, I don't know yet. Sorry. We actually kind of like it. It only comes four or five times a day, but we kind of like it. Anyway, hope you're not getting sick, getting spun around. So that area is Narnia. We're kicking around a couple of ideas for naming the whole property. 100-acre wood is one idea. Enchanted forest. We've got a couple of ideas. Hope you can hear me over the train. So back that direction, we haven't really explored much yet because it's just so thick back there. We haven't gotten that far that direction yet. We got a total of almost 6 acres. It's all overgrown. Lots and lots of maple and oak. And on the back part of the property, pine tree. We've got river birch, sycamore, lots and lots of trees. We've seen lots of deer back here. They say there's turkey back here. I haven't seen them yet. I saw what looked like might be coyote poop a couple of days ago. This little area, just built a little bench for rest and solitude. Just a nice fun place to sit and hang out. Eventually we want to get this cleared out enough. We're going to leave most of the trees, a lot of the trees, but cleared out enough that grass will grow back here and it'll be like a glade. It's going to be quite nice, but it's going to take some time to get it done. This area we see a lot of, although I haven't seen it in the last week or so, but a lot of evidence of deer in this area. It's underneath a big oak tree and you can see them where they've been rooting around for acorns. So on this tree there's a little red and black tag there. I think that's where the surveyor, before we purchased the land, the surveyor designated this area as wetlands. so I can't build on this section. Wasn't planning on it anyway, but you can see we got a little, it's not really a creek. I call it a creek, but it's mostly just runoff from when it rains, and it is so thick and overgrown. Can't wait to get it cleaned up and made it look beautiful and get some bridges on it. Got to have a bridge sturdy enough to drive a zero turn and a tractor over. Hee hee. So you can see how thick it is back in here. Just a lot of work to do. The property goes that direction, another probably 50 to 100 yards or so. I've gone to that end of the property of the creek. Here's a little bridge we just built. And then it probably goes that way another 100 yards. So I'm kind of, I think, square in the middle of it. I need to have someone come out and look at the property with me. We're gonna go this way first. This way is still a little bit rough. I haven't really cleared this way yet. Deer track, game trails all over the place back in here. But I wanted to show you this area back here first, because it's the area that we've discovered was maybe an old campsite or a place where the railroad workers dumped a bunch of stuff, or I don't know yet, but we found lots of glass bottles back here, some iron stuff, including an old tractor seat, or even maybe it was a motorcycle seat. It's hard to tell. You can see how the topography changes here as we're going uphill. Got lots of pine trees now. I don't know what species of pine these are, but I intend to find out. So, and up here is what looks like used to be a fence line. You can see there's like a line of oak. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but there's a very distinct line here of oak trees. So I think this was a pine forest that was cleared not long ago, because most of the trees are probably under 10 years old. There's a few really big monsters back in here, and some big maples you can see way back in there, big old maple. But this area here, all of a sudden, is an oak forest. Got a bit down here. Lots of big oak trees, much more clear. This is closer to the idea of what we want the rest of the property to look like. Wide open like this. And that's, again, the railroad tracks right over there at the base of one of those trees. We found a bunch of glass bottles and iron and old tin pitcher, and clearly this is earthworks. There was something here made by humans, the roadway or something. In fact, over here, I'll show you, next to the railroad tracks is a very clear roadway. We found some deer bones back over here. Look, there's an old iron bucket of some kind. No idea what that is. What does that say? I don't know, I can't read it. Yeah, so if you look up that way, very clear roadway, pine and oak and so on. This is about the boundary of the property, I think. And I think it now runs diagonally that direction, which is basically northeast. The creek is right down there. You can't see it in the video, I'm sure. But we love it back here. So this is Treasure Island. We've been to Narnia and Treasure Island. Now we're headed to Grandmother's Woods, because when you cross over the river, let me find a better spot here. When you cross over the river, you go to Grandmother's house. So this next area where we're gonna head back the way we came to the bridge, they've called Grandmother's Woods, which I think is pretty fun. Hope you guys aren't getting dizzy. Sorry, dick. I don't know where that came from. Dizzy and sick to your stomach from all this walking around. Okay, so we're headed back to the bridge now. These are all just, I don't know what species of maple these are, but I've got thousands of these little guys growing. Anybody know what species of maple that is? I don't know. We've got some red maple. Those are probably silver maple, but I don't know. I doubt if they're sugar maple. We're not quite far enough north to really get a lot of sugar maple. But yeah, they're everywhere back here. Even have, oh, my mind has gone blank on what these guys are called. You see them in the tropics a lot. Anyway, okay, so you can see maybe back to the bridge. We're making a V. And this is the area that I was working on this morning, just to get it cleared up a little bit better on our way into Grandmother's Wood. And you'll see how quickly everything changes from deciduous hardwood maples and oaks and sycamores. And now all of a sudden we're going uphill and boom, we're into pine trees. Pine needles all over the ground. Young pine trees. It's quiet back here. Pretty wild. There's an area back here I really wanted to get to show you guys. I just discovered this area yesterday in Grandmother's Woods. This little clearing right here. Big pine trees, big, huge, beautiful maple tree back there, maples back there. You probably can't see them, but way off in the distance, what I think is black willow over the tops of these pine trees. More, that's an oak tree back there. Lots and lots of a big stand of maples over there. I'm not sure, but I think I'm near the back edge of my property here. Just a really beautiful, tranquil spot. More big pine trees and maple trees. Maybe one day I'll build a little log cabin or something back here with a fireplace in it, just for sort of camping out. But it's pretty fun. Anyway, to orient you, that direction is where the train tracks are. The house is basically that direction, which is south. That way is north. Pretty special place. Anyway, if you stuck through the end of this video, I appreciate it. We're excited to be here, and you guys are always welcome to come up and see the place. It is the golf capital of the United States in this area. Lots and lots of beautiful golf courses. So you can come up here if you want to, anytime. Got a spare bedroom waiting for you. I love you guys. Let's talk to you soon.